Hello and welcome to my advert for my Audi 1.8 Turbo 180 Quattro 6-speed. Okay, we bought this vehicle with the view to getting it wrapped in yellow and have it as a Quattro Sport replica. However, that plan didn't quite come off because when we got the car to the wrappers, they weren't too keen on wrapping it because of some issues with a bit of the bodywork. So it's now back up for sale. In the meantime, the reason we bought this one with a bit of sort of like not brilliant bodywork in parts was the fact that mechanically it is absolutely superb. There's no real known issues. I think the only known issue you got is like a lazy starter, which every now and again, which I think is battery. But apart from that, it's been highly maintained. You could say it's got a full service history. Yeah, the last owner bought it in 2018, and he is an Audi technician working at an Audi dealership. So the majority of parts he's replaced on this vehicle have all been genuine Audi parts, and then with genuine Audi receipts. It's got a decent amount of paperwork with it. Okay, let me just tell you what we've done to it to try and bring it up a little bit. We fitted these Le Mans alloys, okay, and they have got quality premium Bridgestone tyres on there with lots and lots of thread left in them. Okay, we fitted a V6 rear spoiler, as you can see. It's been debadged at the back, which is not, needs a bit of a polish up there. You can see it in this sunlight. Okay, see, the reason why some of the bodywork is a bit like this, the paintwork's like this, because originally it was all going to be wrapped. It was going to be wrapped, obviously half wrapped from this sort of line here, all the way back, like the Quattro Sport lookalike. So we weren't that worried about how we sprayed the spoil and stuff like that, because it was going to be wrapped over. But anyway, so we've made it more of a headache for ourselves. Okay, what else can I tell you about the car? It's 135,000 miles. Let me show you through some of the worst parts of the car. Not too much. Okay, you've got a little blemish on the wing there, which has been touched in. The beauty about black is when you touch it in, you can hardly see it. You can only see it when you really look close up. Okay, the sill there is showing signs of a bit of a corrosion. You can get these sills now for about 50 quid, and it's about an hour, I'd say, to fit them. We were going to do that, but because we're having it wrapped, we didn't bother. Okay, we fitted these sort of like air intakes. Not everyone's cup of tea, but I suppose if you don't like it, you can pull them off. New centre caps. Bit of lacquer fluid peel there, not much though. And this needs tidied up and finishing off the whole thing, really, both sides. But as I say, we thought it was going to be wrapped, so we didn't bother. At the rear, it is the 180, but we fitted the V6 exhaust and V6 rear valance to the car. Makes it sound a little bit nicer, and of course, if you want the 180 or 225 lookalike, I suppose, or V6 lookalike, this is the car. That private plate will stay on the vehicle. Again, I attached that to the car when I first got it, again because if it was going to be wrapped yellow, it would have been a keeper, but unfortunately that didn't work out. Let me quickly go through the other bodywork issues, which is not a great deal now. Again, we're talking about the side skirts. I think in hindsight now, I would have probably grabbed myself a couple of second-hand sill covers, them, which are like 50 quid, spray them black and fit them, I suppose. But again, it's down to the owner. Inside here, we've put a lot of under seal on it around this area. We haven't done the front end yet, we haven't got around to doing it. A couple of bits of curb rash on the alloys, but nothing major. It's a cheap car. Right, probably the worst bit is probably the front wing here, but again we've touched it in, you can hardly see it from a distance. There we go, but that's close up. That is probably the worst alloy as well. Okay, right, a little bit of, again a little bit of corrosion on there. Front end headlight needs a polish. I think it's from inside, if you ask me. What I would intend to do with that would have been to take the headlight out, take all the bulbs out and probably clean it inside with a hose or something like that, and then let it dry out. As I said, private plate, black Audi rings. That headlight's fine, it's good. Okay, all the grills have been sprayed gloss black, which is nice. Let's have a quick look inside now. Nothing wrong with the roof. Roof is fine. Most of the bodywork is fine. A couple of minor scratches you'd expect from a car which is 2003. Inside, the most important part inside for most people on these cars is the dash. And then we can have a quick look in there. The pixels are being renewed. The dash and the dials work. Temperature gauge works. No warning lights on the dash, as you can see. Miles per gallon wise, I get getting around 28 to 30, and it just starts popping around town on a run. I'd suggest over 35, I suppose. Well, that's it.